is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney. How you doing today, buddy?
Oh, doing pretty good. Went to the comic book shop like usual. Took my dog for a nice long hike, so she's exhausted.
Oh, good. Good. Well, she'll regain the energy as soon as the show starts up and start bothering you.
Probably. So that's what she does.
So, anyway,
I do though. I have a couple of new soundbite clips.
Oh, do you?
That I had found. So I have this. Load.
I fart in your general direction.
Oh, okay.
So I got that.
All right. Well,
and
that seems
and
good.
then I got this.
Why not? If the shit fits, where?
I don't know if that one's loud. I don't know if that one's loud enough.
All right.
And then I have one that I'm saving for next time I'm late.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. So just the next show then.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, I mean, it's good to know that. So, I'm not sure how many people enjoy the old radio segments or not, but we have had some requests in our Discord and in the chat for some old radio episodes, and I spent the better part of my lunch break searching for a solution in order to be able to allow for Ayrton to hear the radio show while
And not be on a 20-second delay.
right, and without having to use voice meter. And hopefully, I've found a suitable, if not, usable solution. We're gonna test that out. So we have some old radio, some old shadow queued up. God damn, I hate that fucking noise. I know you can't hear it, but I'm pretty sure everybody on the stream can. Every time Brave decides that it wants to send me an ad, it's like 3 in the course of a show, and I don't know how to turn it off. It's impossible, and I hate it. Impossible. But how's it going, Matt Christie? Good to see you, buddy. But
And
yeah.
this new revised version of Gospel of Comics Radio is brought to you by Comic Book Hut.
Oh, is it? I didn't know he was kind enough to sponsor our show.
Yeah.
Has he already thrown the dislike on there?
I don't know. I the chat popped out because I figured out how to do that.
Oh, okay. Good. All right. Well, we're going to. I guess we're going to go ahead and get right into it. It's a small, chill stream. May pull up some arena in the background while the episodes play. We've got 3 episodes of The Shadow on the agenda for the evening. We got a couple of news things that we can talk about in between. Actually, let's cover one of those real quick before we get into the radio segment.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah. I like this new show suggestion setup where I can just kind of go back to topics that may have been may have been forgotten before, and we can also use this in the new setup. See, I'm gonna go ahead and paste it in here. I don't know if this. Oh no, this isn't gonna work for that. Is maybe. Let's see here.
Damn. Discord updated, and it's weird.
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
Oh, we got that in there. Discord updated. for you?
Yeah, the app did.
Oh, you may be a little behind. Let's see here. I can figure out how to set this up. Alright. Just want to do that. Oh no. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Don't play yet. Live on the air, folks. We're doing it live as per usual.
And I have no idea which one he's talking about. So there's a few links in there.
Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. Um, let's see here. Window capture. Try this. Maybe? Nope, not that one. Other Brave. See if that. Nope. Nope. That's not gonna work. Huh? No. I might have to go in through the browser.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I may try and set that up later. I'll just do one of the other news stories. We'll couch that for the moment.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try and use the YouTube link. Let's just look at something that was actually brought to my attention right before the show by SJW Spidey on Twitter.
Yeah.
So grab this. I know I can show this on stream. Aha. Maybe at the end of the. Well, no, we'll do that this weekend. That's what we'll do.
Come on. Open. There we go.
Alright, so Netflix reveals the Lock and Key premiere date and new promo image. So,
Which I like that promo image.
yeah, it's just a 3D render of what one of the covers actually looked like with the head key. I enjoyed that. It says Lock and Key is finally coming to the small screen. It hasn't been an easy journey, but Netflix has long last revealed when fans can start binge watching the new adaptation of Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez's acclaimed IDW comic series. The first season will debut on February 7th, 2020. You can check the announcement via the new promo image posted on the show's official Twitter page below, which I will not be following. I think I only follow like one or two checkmarked accounts. Usually checkmarks are bad. Secrets are meant to be unlocked. Lock and Key arrives February 7th. So, you got that there. 574 favorites. 234 people are talking about that, which is criminally. It's literally just criminal.
Yeah.
It goes into a little bit of history. Go ahead.
You know, it might get a, like the Umbrella Academy show might give a little bump to the books, which would be, yeah.
Just because it's out on Netflix and they've watched everything else. I didn't know that was a thing, but, you know.
Well, I guess we know what we're doing for the Saturday, February 8th episode.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to watch all of this in like a day, aren't we? Watch it be like 26 episodes.
Probably.
Ayrton
that would be our luck.
Yeah, Ayrton calls into the show like, "Oh, I can't actually log into the Discord and conversate because I can't see anything. My eyes are bleeding." Helen Rodriguez launched Lock and Key in 2008, and it quickly became one of IDW's best-selling titles. The series follows the members of the Locke family who take up residence in the family estate in Massachusetts and discover the house houses several keys possessing various magical powers. One of these keys can also be seen in the latest promo because the series premiere date is only 2 months away. The first trailer can't be far off. Hollywood has been trying to adapt Lock and Key for almost a decade. Fox produced a pilot episode directed by Mark Romanek in 2011. However, the network chose not to pick up the series. The project was revived at Hulu in 2017 before it was ultimately carted off to Netflix a year later. And we talked about this, how, let's see here.
Yeah, the development hell that it's been in.
Yeah, we did speak about that. Let's see here. Matt Christie added something in the blue check mark. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. New series begins filming past February in Toronto, so it's about a year in development, or it's about a year from start to finish. So I can't imagine it being more than 10, 12 episodes. Last week, the show's Twitter.
Hopefully.
Week, the show's Twitter page announced the first season had officially wrapped. Lock and Key stars Darby Staunchfield and Nina as Nina Locke, Connor Jessup as Tyler Locke, Amelia Jones as Kinsey Locke, and Robert Jackson Scott as Bodie Locke. Bode Locke. I don't know. I've never understood.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Finally, we'll be able to figure out how to pronounce his fucking name. That'll be great. Laisla de Oliveira also co-stars as the series' main villain, Dodge. I
think it's Dodge.
Yeah, Dodge. Are you excited to add Lock and Key to your Netflix queue this February? Motherfucker, we don't add shit to our queue. We just watch it. We just watch it and consume. Let us know in the comment section below. No, I won't be doing that. You got your click out of me, so kiss my ass. But that's exciting.
I will say the one thing that's a little promising about it is I have no idea who any of these actors are.
Yeah, I mean
you know, and to me,
Bryce Dallas Howard isn't playing anyone, so I'm okay with it.
I mean, also me not knowing who an actor is isn't that big of a shock.
No, but I also don't know who any of those people are. So
yeah, so to me that sounds promising. Like they're not going to just be banking off of like some famous name or something, and that these people are actually going to be putting in the effort to play the characters well because they're not known.
But
you know what I mean?
Here's what they don't tell you is the gay uncle is going to be played by Johnny Depp, and he's just going to be around chewing scenery every episode.
Oh.
You know, after his recent brush up with real life fame and whatnot. But anyway, that should do well enough. I will go ahead and queue up the radio. Let me know when you're ready.
All right. I'm gonna mute myself and then I'll be over there.
That's the best thing about radio episodes is that Ayrton just doesn't get to talk very much. So you're welcome. You're welcome, you guys. Everybody not watching right now doesn't know what they're missing. I'm just fucking around. Anyway, without further ado, here we go.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, while you're getting set for the Shadow's latest thriller, let me say a few words about that great new Goodrich Silvertown tire. Because believe me, motorists, this new kind of tire is making history. It takes care of skid and blowout problems like they have never been taken care of before. And here's proof positive. The engineers of the famous independent Pittsburgh Testing Laboratory tested the regular and premium price tires of the nation's 6 largest tire manufacturers. The results? Listen. No other tire tested, regardless of price, came up to the new Goodrich Silvertown in skid resistance. What's more, this great tire gave more non-skid mileage than any other tire tested in its price class, averaging 19.1% more miles before the tires wore smooth. That's the same as saying this new Silvertown gives you every 6th mile free. Ride on the safest thing on wheels, the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, his true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Mark of the Bat.
Alexei, come in the house out of the night air.
I am coming, Marie. The dogs were restless, whimpering. Must be the storm coming.
It is more than the storm, as you know it, Alexei.
I'm not sure. Why aren't you in bed asleep?
There'll be no sleep in this house tonight.
Or any night.
Then you've seen the great bats, too?
Yes, I've seen the farmer's cattle. Bloodless, dead in the field.
And the white comb of the dead rooster. Ah, it was the same on the farm of my father in Croatia. Alexei, why did this Dr. Vickers send away his stepfather's servants? Why does he pay us so much to stay in this house? Why do we stay knowing what we know?
Jobs are hard to find, Marie. But I think we go soon, when the master of the house dies.
It cannot be long, and I am not sorry. It is his own doing. He brought the bats here, set them free to kill.
And now they take his life from him, in the night, in the darkness.
Only for his daughter am I sorry. She is young. She was beautiful. But each dawn finds her more like those things from the grave.
Have you seen the mark of the vampire on her, Marie?
Yes. Only this morning. On her throat as she lay sleeping.
The sins of the father.
It is his punishment. The great bats are children of Satan. He brought them here from the caves he found in that strange country he wrote books about.
Yeah. He laughed at the stories I told him. The vampire bat is a thing of evil, leagued with the devil, stealing the blood of the living, that the dead may go on living in their graves.
The storm is coming, Alexei.
Well, it will drive the bats back into the cave in the mountain. That much is good. Marie!
What is it?
A shadow passed across the moon.
Oh, the clouds of the storm, maybe.
No. Bat, like a great bird. It is an omen, Marie, an omen.
The dog howls.
Yes. The dog howls.
Quick, light the candle at the crucifix.
Yeah. Yes, the crucifix. Here comes Dr. Vickers.
Yes, Alexei. It is quite fitting that you light the candle. Say a prayer, Mary.
Dr. Vickers, is the master. Major Stevens, is he?
Yes, Mary. My esteemed stepfather, Major Stevens, is dead.
Lamont Cranston, we've come 200 miles up into these spooky mountains. Why?
I've been reading the obituary columns, Margot. As a result, we're going to visit the home of a man who once had a very strange hobby.
Oh, so Lamont Cranston, the amateur criminologist, has been reading between the lines again. Who died recently?
The corpse, Margot, is Major Stevens, a noted explorer and zoologist.
Oh.
Yes. Before I tell you anything more, let me ask you a question.
Yes?
Do you believe in vampires?
What?
Creatures with the power to leave the grave, transform themselves into bats, and draw from the flesh of the living blood to feed the bodies of the restless dead?
Lamont, are you serious?
Quite.
Well, of course I don't believe it. What's all this about? You guessing or do you know?
I'm going on a curious mixture of theory and fact. I've known about Stevens for years. He led an expedition of 5 men into the mountains of Ecuador, came back alone, with a cage full of vampire bats, big ones. For years, he's been breeding them.
Oh, a cheerful hobby, I must say.
Become an obsession. 6 months ago, I read that a neighboring farmer sued him, claiming those vampire bats killed 3 of his cattle.
But Lamont, that's preposterous.
No, Margot, it isn't. There are authentic cases where cattle have been killed by blood-sucking vampire bats.
And you think Major Stevens' pet bats killed those cattle and killed the Major as well?
It's possible.
All of which leads to what, Lamont? Who are we going to call on tonight? Not Major Stevens, I hope.
No, the Major is safely interred in his grave.
Oh, you make it sound so cozy.
Stevens had a daughter, Claire Stevens. I've checked up. She's suffering from the same ailment that supposedly killed her father, anemia.
Oh.
Stevens was wealthy. Claire's his heir, but she's underage, only 20. And there's a guardian in the picture, Dr. Vickers, who also happens to be the Major's stepson.
I think I'm beginning to see.
Apparently, Vickers is running things. He's even discharged the family servants and hired an old Slavic couple.
Why?
They're Croats, Margot, not very far removed from the atmosphere of their native land, where for centuries human vampires have been accepted fact. Now, do you see what I'm driving at?
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid I do. Claire Stevens is being led to believe that she's a victim of human vampires.
Yes.
Whereas, actually, she's being bled to death by the giant vampire bat. Is that it, Lamont?
That's right, Margot.
Oh,
It's just a breed of very large bats.
I see. Oh, this is a lonely road. We haven't passed a car in ages.
A little farther, huh? Good heavens.
Oh, what's wrong, Lamont?
Look. It's a man lying there beside the road. Wait here, Margot. This may be a hold-up gag.
Oh, what's wrong with him? Has he been hit?
Beaten up, I think.
Wait, I'll help you with him. Is he alive?
Yes, but unconscious.
Lamont, there's a paper clutched in his hand. See what it is.
Listen to this, Margot. Dave, if you love me, come and take me away from this awful house. I can't explain, only come. If you don't, you'll never see me alive again. Signed, Claire.
Claire Stevens. Oh, Lamont, this boy must have tried to help us.
Yes, and failed.
What are we going to do, Lamont? Drive him back to the last town we passed?
No, Margot, we need the doctor, and I think the logical man to patch him up is the one who may have had a hand in this. Vickers.
You're going to take him to the Stevens house?
No, you are, Margot.
Oh, but you'll be with me in that house.
Yes, Margot, but in my role of the shadow. It'd be better if you're not Margot Lane. Pretend to be an old friend of Claire Stevens. If she's in danger, she won't give you away.
All right. Help me get the boy into the car. Then I'll drive. Lamont!
What's the matter, Margot?
Lamont, look! On his throat!
Good heavens.
Oh, a bat! Fastened to his throat. Kill it, Lamont!
Yes. Yes, Margot. One of Major Stevens' pets. A vampire bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we leave the shadow for a moment, here's a brief reminder that when you want real tire safety, halfway measures don't go. There's no such thing as safe. While you're... Ladies...
All right, so how's that working for everyone? Is the volume coming through okay?
It was a little quiet for me, but I had my headphones down because you're loud, so I just turned them up.
You're loud. Let's see if I can help you out with that. Yes, Spargo, squelching noise. Yeah, I think we've heard this one before. When I was setting this up, I just kind of flew by the seat of my pants on what episodes to pull. Yeah, you probably still got me turned up in Discord is what it is.
That fucking update. Yeah, I do.
See, that's what you did this to you. It was a bit quiet. Okay, well, I can boost that. Oh God, I'm already okay. Oh shit, I'm in a game. Sorry, and I didn't even want to keep that hand. Next in turn. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's raise the desktop audio a little bit. Fucking Fable Passage. I hate those goddamn things. They're like $20. Ridiculous. Next. Probably gonna lose this game, but that's okay. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give this one to the guy. I didn't even want to keep that hand.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Wasn't doing you any good anyways.
Yeah, I'll take the loss. I don't care. I'm not mad at it. But
Oh, that's good.
now I don't have to stress while I get all this shit set up. Now, let's see. Should we? I think we should go ahead and finish this episode out, right? Like it's not that bad.
Yeah, why not?
Let's see here. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better for everyone, and I'll let Ayrton get back in the watch room.
All right, jumping back over.
On a wet pavement than you've ever stopped before. And don't forget, adding one safety feature to another, Silvertowns also give you the famous golden ply protection against dangerous high-speed blowouts. Why ride on anything but the safest thing on wheels, especially when Silvertowns give you these two great life-saving features at no extra cost? Play safe with Goodrich, spelled Goodrich. Goodrich Safety Silvertown.
Alexei, who drove Dave Henderson here?
A young girl, Dr. Vickers. She says she's a friend of Miss Stevens.
A friend of Claire's, eh, Alexei?
Yes.
And young Dave Henderson. Odd that she should come here tonight. Strange that she should find him on the road. Where are they?
In the room where the major worked with the bats, Dr. Vickers.
Good. Nothing could be better. It will save me considerable trouble.
I locked the door.
Unlock it. Then go back and watch Miss Claire's room. See she does not leave it. Why? What's the matter, Alexei? Your hand is shaking. You're afraid.
Yes, and you would be afraid, too. Those caged bats in there, they killed the major. I know. They're creatures of the devil.
Nonsense. There's nothing to worry about. I have released the good major's pets. Taken them out of their cages and sent them back to the bottomless pit in the grotto.
Yes, but a bat like a bird of evil flew across the moon the night the major died. It was an omen of death.
Tell that to Miss Claire. She'll believe you. And watch carefully, Alexei. 2, perhaps 3 of those bats may fly across the moon tonight. More omens of death. But now, go upstairs. See that I am not disturbed.
Yes, Doctor. The girl is there, at the far end of the room with the young man.
Doctor, are you Dr. Vickers?
Yes. I understand you brought a young man here, victim of some hit-and-run driver.
No, he's been beaten. I'm afraid his skull is fractured, and not only
Yes.
that...
Alexei told me your fantastic story of finding a giant bat drawing his life blood from his
But
throat.
it's true. The marks are still on his throat. Look, there.
Still unconscious. Has he spoken at all?
No, but don't stand there. Do something. You're a doctor, or so I was told.
By whom? Oh, yes, you're a friend of Miss Stevens. Of course you would know.
Of course. Where is Claire?
Sleeping. You were coming to call on her at this late hour. Why?
We're old friends. I heard of her father's death.
You know this young man?
No, I don't.
That's odd. This man is David Henderson, Miss Stevens' fiancé.
Oh, well, you see, I haven't seen Claire for several years.
How many?
Why, for 3 years. Oh, but don't stand there questioning me. Do something for him.
There'll be plenty of time for that. I'm more interested in you and just why you happened to pick this night to visit such an old and dear friend. A friend who apparently never spoke of Dave Henderson, to whom she's been engaged for many years. A childhood sweetheart.
Well, you...
Yes, I see. I see you are lying. Who are you? What do you want in this house?
I want you to treat that boy.
Yes, I will treat him. In good time and in my own way. But first, I think you need my attention.
Keep away from me. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to kill that boy.
Oh, now I'm beginning to understand. So you know.
Yes, I know.
You know too much. Too much to ever leave this house.
Alexei, let go of me. Let me go. I saw somebody bring David into the house. I know he's here.
Oh, a lucky interruption for you. It will give you a few minutes' grace, young woman, and a chance to see your dear friend, Claire Stevens.
You and Dr. Vickers done to Dave. Who was that woman? Let go of me. He's in there. I know he is.
Come, Doctor says you stay in your room. Come.
What's going on out here, Alexei?
Doctor, I couldn't stop her. She tricked me. She ran down here. I'll take her back.
No,
Come.
I won't go. You've got Dave here.
It's all right, Alexei. Let her come in. You wait out in the hall.
Oh.
Yes, Claire, my dear, Dave is here. You can see him. And there is someone else, an old friend of yours.
An old friend?
Yes, that young woman there. Well, you don't seem to recognize her. Perhaps it's been so long since you've seen each other.
Claire, don't you remember me? Grace Wilson. We went to school together.
What?
I heard you were in trouble. I thought I might be able to help.
What? Oh, of course. Grace Wilson. I'm so glad you're here, Grace. But, Dave, you said I could see him. Where is he?
There, on the couch.
Dave. Oh, Dave, darling. It's Claire. Oh, is he dead?
No, but he may die if we don't get help to revive him. This Dr. Vickers won't help.
Why won't you do something? Dave's hurt. His head's cut open.
Dr. Vickers won't help because he did it.
What?
He wants Dave Henderson to die, just as he wants me out of the way now that I've discovered his secret. And you, Claire Stevens, you're marked for death.
No.
I can see it in your face. You're as pale as a ghost already, half bled to death. You're a victim, too. A victim of vampire bats.
No, it can't be. Not that. I've been ill. Dr. Vickers has been treating me.
Your father died of Dr. Vickers' treatment.
Dr. Vickers, why do you look at me like that?
Why, my dear child.
Oh, then it is true. Those sedatives and the open window. That was so the giant bats could come from the well in the grotto and...
You've been listening to the fantastic tales of Marie and Alexei, my dear. Monstrous nightmares out of a ghoulish past.
Miss Stevens, don't listen to him. He's a murderer. We've got to get your fiancé out of this house.
But he won't let us go. The door's locked. He has the key.
Yes, my dear, you are quite right. The door is locked. I have the key. The only way out is through that door leading to the tunnel in the cave. To the bottomless pit your father so aptly named the Well of the Bats.
Father sealed that tunnel when the bats escaped.
Yes, but I opened it again. It will come in very handy tonight. The storms have kept the bats in the grotto for many nights now. They must be very hungry for blood. What a feast they will have. Come, Claire.
No.
The vampires are tired of coming to you. It is time you visited them.
Oh, Stevens, get back. Keep away from
Stupid
him.
heroics will not save you. Keep back, young woman, or I shall have to shoot you. The bats won't mind. Not so long as the blood in your body is still warm. Come, Claire. Come with me.
No.
Very well. Perhaps you would rather follow your beloved David. I'll take him first.
No, don't. He doesn't know anything. If you'll only let him go, no.
I thought that would bring you to me.
Dr. Vickers. Dr. Vickers. You are startled, Doctor. I see in your eyes and read in your reeling mind questions. Questions beating in your brain like the black wings of your destroyers. Who am I? Where am I? Is this voice you hear real, or the trickery of a mind warped and twisted by the remorse of murder done and murders yet to come?
No.
The gun in your hand trembles, Dr. Vickers. Your lips are dry.
But who are you?
The shadow, Dr. Vickers.
The shadow! The shadow!
It would seem you have heard of the shadow, Doctor.
Yes, I've heard of you, Shadow.
Do you believe what you have heard?
Yes, I know all about your devilish tricks of mesmerism, hypnotic influence. I know you're here in this room, but I can't see you. I know my gun isn't any use against you, but that won't stop me. I'm going into the grotto, and I'm taking these girls with me, both of them. Try to stop me, Shadow, and I'll shoot them both! All right, Claire. And you too, Miss Wilson, or whoever you really are. Quick! Get through this door, unless you want me to use this gun.
No, don't. We'd better do as he says, Miss Stevens. Come on.
All right. All right, Shadow. Let's see you follow me through this door. It bolts on the inside. And by the time you've broken it down, the vampire bats will be feasting on these two women. The only ones who stand between me and Stephen's fortune. It should have been mine in the first place. And now it will be. It will be mine.
Don't be too sure, Dr. Vickers. For the grotto will be filled with shadows. Shadows of the living. Shadows of the dead. David Henderson. Listen. Listen to me. Wake up. Listen.
Oh, my head. It aches.
Listen, David Henderson. You came to see your fiancée. She's in danger. Dr. Vickers has taken her to the grotto, to the Well of the Bats.
What? Claire gone into the cave?
Yes.
What? Who am I talking to? There's no one here. Oh, I must be out of my mind.
No. There is someone here. The Shadow.
The Shadow?
Yes. Don't be alarmed because you cannot see me. Even to those I try to help, I must remain unseen, unknown, for their own safety. There is no time to explain the whys and wherefores of my presence. I'm here to help you and your fiancée. If we don't get into the grotto and stop him, Vickers will kill Claire Stevens and a girl who is with her.
No.
Kill them and drop them into the Well of the Bats.
That heavy door leads to the pit. Come on.
I can't follow that way. I've tried. Bolted on the other side. Is there another way into the grotto? Any other way of reaching the pit?
Well, yeah, there is. One other way. Major Stevens showed me years ago.
Where?
Up on the side of the mountain, there's an opening. Shorter that way. Maybe we can get in that way and head Vickers off before he reaches the pit. Come on, I'll show you the way. If I get my hands on Vickers, the bats will have their feast tonight on him. Shadow. We're almost there. Shadow.
I am still close to you. Go on. It may be too late.
Be careful along here. This ledge is slippery. We're getting near the pit.
How deep is this pit, this Well of the Bats?
No one knows. Once Major Stevens and I dropped a weighted kite string down into it. 1,000 feet of string. It didn't touch bottom. Shadow, look. There's a light. A torch down the passageway. That must be Vickers. It's in the big chamber. That's where the pit is.
We're not too late, see? Your fiancée and the other girl is with him. Wait, stop here.
He's forcing them toward the pit. He's going to kill both of them. I tell you, let me go.
No, you've done your part. Stay here.
No, I won't. I tell you.
You must. To understand, if Vickers saw you coming, he'd shoot you down. He'd be signing the death warrant of your fiancée and the other girl.
No, I'll get him. I'll get him before he sees me. Let go of me, Shadow.
Sorry, I had to knock you out like that, Henderson, but it's the only way.
They'll kill you with this, Dr. Vickers. The police will find it out. They'll hang you.
I think not. My dear Claire, you see, to prove a murder has been committed, there must be some trace of the body. The vampires will leave little in the way of evidence.
Have you forgotten the Shadow, Dr. Vickers? Do you think he'll let you live to enjoy the fruits of this ghastly thing you're about to do?
So you're still counting on the Shadow to save you?
He may not be able to save us, but you'll never get away from him unless you follow us into that pit.
Oh, hope and faith die hard. I've been wondering why one of you didn't try to get away from me, so I would have an excuse to shoot you down.
Oh, you need an excuse.
No, not really. But there is something fascinating about watching the reactions of people who are about to die. But now I give you your choice. Turn, take each other's hand, and walk straight ahead into the darkness. Or stand there while I count. Oh, no. No, not 10. That is too definite, too certain. I will merely count number after number until my trigger finger obeys the impulse to shoot.
No! Oh, Dave! That should make it easier for you.
And for her. That's right. Hold her up. Steady her. 1, 2. What a feast the vampires will have. 3. The bats. They're waiting. 4. Far down in the pit. 5. By the thousands they cling to the clammy walls. 6. Hanging heads downward with folded wings. 7. Waiting. 8. Waiting.
Yes, Vickers. Waiting. Waiting for you.
You got through.
It's useless to struggle, Vickers. Your trigger finger obeys the impulse to kill, but the gun hammer won't fall because my hand is on it. Vickers, you should have used an automatic.
You devil.
Yes.
If only I...
Yes, if you could only break loose. Try it, and your arm will snap like the stem of a pipe.
Let's go. I knew you'd find a way, Shadow. We're going to go over now.
Where is she? Is she all right?
Yes, she just fainted, that's all.
Oh, there you are, Vickers. So the Shadow got you. Well, you'll hang for what you did to Claire's father, but first I'm going to pay her for torturing...
No, you won't! No, you won't! Stop! And I won't hang!
Stand where you are, I'll shoot.
Go ahead! Shoot! Shoot me! The Shadow was right. The vampire bats are waiting for their feast. For me! And I won't disappoint them! They'll have their feast! They'll have their feast! Now!
You like this thing I'm playing, Margot?
Yes, Lamont. Lamont,
Yes, Margot?
now that Dr. Vickers is dead and Claire Stevens is out of that awful house, what's going to happen to the Major's little pet?
Oh, those vampire bats won't kill any more cattle. Or men, Margot. Sort of that while you and David Henderson were getting Claire to the hospital.
But how, Lamont?
Like this.
Dynamite.
Yes. I found it in Stevens' tool house. The explosion filled the well of the bats with hundreds of tons of rock. Sealed forever. There will be no more black wings across the moon. No more marks of the bat on the throats of sleeping victims.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine, now on sale at your local newsstand.
All right. So, hopefully the audio was better that go around.
So it seemed like it. They said it wasn't in the chat.
Oh yeah. I mean, I saw that, but I just I don't know. Maybe. And am I coming in at a more respectable pace? I'm more respectable. I lowered. Well, to them, I lowered the Discord input. So. I'm not sure what this person is gonna do, but it seems like it's gonna suck when they do it. So I'm just gonna hold on to this shock because I just keep drawing lands. I have 20 lands in this deck. Shouldn't be drawing this much, but I am. So.
And I have no idea what you're actually doing on the screen.
Oh, good. I mean, it's probably for the best that you don't. So.
Probably.
I'm playing cards and trying to win games. Volume.
Okay,
good.
fair enough.
Okay. Ah, damn it! He countered my guy. All right, well, that's fine. There we go. Attacks. Boom. Ah, shit! I should have triggered that after I attacked because you can stack it however you want to. I could have gotten 3 damage out that turn instead of just 2.
Well, goddamn it.
Yeah. It actually matters in this game.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about going, nurse, bring my oxygen tank and my cigars.
My whiskey and my cigars. What are you talking about, an oxygen tank?
Oh, you weren't paying attention to the chat at that point.
Oh. Alright. Here's how this goes. You go next. You attack. One attack. And then that hits. Now you trigger this. Next. And he's going to block. It's going to kill my champion guy. But it's going to let me kill his creature too. Unless he has another counter spell. And then I just go shock. Bam. I'm going to bait the counter spell. There it is.
And then boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, but that didn't work out well with me. Oh yeah, you definitely want the oxygen. Oxygen gets you high. The game you're playing has some hiss. Yeah, explain that to me, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Like a hiccup or
Some
whatever?
hiss.
Oof. Yeah.
No, it's not that I'm not paying attention, it's just that I can't actually see what he's doing in this current streaming setup.
Next. This is where I concede, I believe. Attack there. Those things trigger. I hit that but he'll kill all my guys, and then I won't gain anything. Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I didn't expect this game to last this long. But I'm playing a white-blue control deck and against a white-blue control deck. So anybody that knows Magic knows that that's the most annoying and longest game of Magic you'll ever play. They got 6 and 4. That's okay. Or 6 and 1. Go down to 12. My turn. Of course. A horse is a horse. Of course. Of course. Brute can't be blocked. Do I have 4s? 5. Nope. No, I don't have it. I don't have it. Yeah, that's game. Good game, buddy.
Oh, that's what you meant, Danielle. Well, in that case.
I hear a hissing sound like a high-pitched cat hiss or a snake hiss as soon as the audio goes to
How dare
game.
you!
I can hear it. That's weird. What was that?
I was playing the How Dare You sound clip.
Let's see if that fixes it, man. Oh, it's in Windows. Yeah, I kill the master volume. I don't. This is a little inside baseball. I have fucked up eardrums. Fucked up like nerves in my ears or whatever. There are like 4 or 5 pitches that I've discovered, like sound pitches that I've discovered that I just can't hear. Other people, they drive some fucking nuts, but I can't hear the bitches.
I mean, there's definitely certain pitches that I can't hear either. Certain females talking to me, I don't feel like answering their questions. Small children crying. What else? Politicians talking.
Homeless people asking for money.
Yes. Yes, that.
Unless they're
I can't
busking.
even see that one.
Unless they're busking.
Even then.
You don't even have respect for like homeless musicians? What's wrong with you?
If they're good, sure. But a lot of the times they're not. Hence why they're homeless.
Oh no, I actually kill the master volume. another little bit of inside baseball. I fucking hate video game noises for the most part. Like, I'll listen to a video game soundtrack while I'm not playing it, especially like the old Final Fantasy games and shit like that. But these like new cuckish ambient soundtracks they put in games like this, I can't fucking deal with it. I don't want to hear it. Like, I'll turn that shit down and then I'll put like a CD or that's showing my age right there. I'll put a CD on while I'm playing video games.
We'll go down to the malt shop and listen to a laser disc.
That's right. But
and what'd you say, Danielle? I can't hear you.
Exactly. But yeah. No, I just don't screw around with most like in-game noises unless the sound effects are like really well executed. But no, for the most part, while I'm playing Magic, I've got a live stream playing in the background usually, so I just kill the master volume. Shit, I've almost got enough for another full deck.
See, I never used to listen to like the video game sounds with like the old Game Boys and stuff because it would drain your batteries more. So you turn the volume off.
Yeah.
You know, because so I have no idea what like any of the games that I ever played as a kid actually sound like.
No, a few notable exceptions, I guess, would have been like Parappa the Rapper and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like the 3 games I played on PlayStation, I guess.
Alright, well, we do have some more news to talk about. We can pull up here. Let's pull that up. Let's see. First off, exciting news. Earthworm Jim is starting to ship. So as soon as I receive a tracking number, I will schedule the live review on that. I might even have to record the opening and do,
shit.
Yeah, and do some photos and stuff because I've seen some of these packagings come in. These things are fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So last week we were talking a little bit about comic book piracy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kill Magic for the moment. We'll bring it back in just a little bit when we listen to our second episode. I had 3 episodes slotted, but I don't know that we're gonna make it through all of them. Mainly because I talk too fucking much. That was a joke. That you weren't supposed to like silently agree with that, Ayrton. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, but we are doing a podcast though, so like we kind of have to talk.
Of course. That's a
dead air.
That's a St. Huger thing.
I still don't know how to pronounce that guy's name.
I mean, I think the general consensus is Chink Huger.
Novel bro, how would you pronounce it? Anyway,
the same way Bibble would. N-word Huger. You say it, Ayrton, on your own fucking channel.
Now I'm just gonna go post a video of me just saying that, and that's it.
Yeah, the N-word.
Just like a 5-second, just a 5-second video, just to see what happens.
The rise of comic book piracy a real problem, according to the BBC.
Oh man,
yeah.
Everybody loves the BBC.
Oh god damn it! I was just about to play that.
Oh,
why are you gonna fuck it up?
My bad.
I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I believe it. Everybody wants.
Everybody wants the BBC.
Yeah. I mean,
everybody wants the BBC.
Yeah, that's it. Novel Bro pronounced it chunk yogurt. comic book writers claim that the proliferation of piracy is a real problem has encouraged others in the industry to share their concerns. Jim Zub, who writes for Marvel and IDW, also of whom I have no fucking clue who he is. Let's do a little background research on Jim Zub. The name like that. I mean,
what a stupid last name.
What a stupid fucking. Well, yeah. I mean, that's just. Jim Zub. Alright. Notable works: Skull Kickers, Wayward. Oh, he was on Glitter Bomb. I actually did enjoy Glitter Bomb.
Rick and Morty, gross.
Yeah. Samurai Jack, Thunderbolts, which wasn't terrible depending on the run he was on. Uncanny Avengers, Avengers No Surrender, Champions was trash, Avengers No Road Home was trash. So, I mean,
You know, he looks like Andy Samberg, but like more short bus and without as much money.
More short bus?
Yeah.
Than Andy
You're
Samberg.
not supposed to say the R. Yeah.
I'm just not sure I can understand how those two words actually fit together.
Well, because you're not supposed to say the R word on YouTube. I'm being considerate of the.
I appreciate
the channel here.
I do appreciate that. Although you're more than welcome to say them on your own channel. Then I can commentate on it under fair use. Oh, did you see my Discord post before my nap, I should say, not before the show. I came home and took a nap because I was fucking exhausted. But I stopped at the convenience store on the way home, and
oh yes,
yes.
Yeah, I did see that one.
I guess my purchases at the convenience store were trying to rise up in the gamer sense. So I thought that would be.
And you know, and I do like me a Yoo-hoo every now and then.
You know, and Matt Christie didn't know what that was, and I had to explain it to him. I was
it's like chocolate flavored water.
It's chocolate drink. It's chocolate flavored drink. It's not. You know how people talk about like grape juice and grape drink and the difference?
Yeah.
This is chocolate flavored drink. It's not chocolate milk. It's not chocolate. It's probably poison, but they're delicious.
They really are.
My kids love them. So, anyway, tweeted 20 times as many people read comics illegally shared online than pay for digital or physical works. Many other comic creators replied with their own experiences of pirated work. For some, piracy brought personal and professional cost, while others suggested radical distribution changes. Jim Zub on November 25th. Remember 6 months ago when I mentioned that comic piracy numbers were easily 20 times legitimate buyers, and it was a real problem? Sometime yesterday, a bunch of other comic pros looked closer, saw the numbers, and the cold chill really hit. Yup. Okay, first off, let's just unpack this. These numbers that they're using were based on website hits.
Yeah, which could be an individual page that you scroll to, technically.
Well, let's just break this down. Every time I minimize and reopen Brave, it refreshes the page.
Yeah, that too.
So we have to look closer at these piracy counters, and let's see. They're most of the infamous piracy website. Not that I frequent them, but I'm sure they have ads.
That's why we said infamous.
You know, they have ads, so I'm thinking it would be in their best interest to fluff those numbers as best they could to count every page view as a hit, right? Even if you just refresh the page. So, even if this page of, what's the comic that's coming out? Let's say X-Men #1. Jonathan Hickman's X-Men #1 on a piracy website has 100,000 hits.
Right.
That might be 10,000 downloads. Maybe. Probably closer to 5.
I was going to say that even seems like it would be high.
Yeah, probably closer to 5. Like, these comic professionals are they're fart huffers, man. They don't understand.
Well, that was going to be my next point. What is it with all of these guys that we keep running into that have to like spout off their stupid thoughts while they're sitting on the toilet taking a shit in the morning on Twitter? Just stop.
Stop knocking my gimmick.
I mean, we all shit and tweet, but these people are stupid.
Well, these people are professionals, and these are the same people who will look at you and say, "Oh, you're not my customer. The comic store is my customer." So why are they bitching about piracy?
Right.
Like, why? It doesn't affect them, right?
Unless,
I mean, the comic book stores aren't pirating.
Unless the
books.
comic book stores are telling people to pirate so they don't make any money. And they just really want to fuck over the creator. It's like 4D underwater basket weaving chess.
That's exactly what's happening. I have to admit.
While clubbing a baby seal.
I have to admit, while having our monthly doxing meeting at my local comic store, we remind everybody that the comic store orders these comics so that we can see the cover and then go home and pirate them. So that the comic store doesn't make any money. They order 20 copies of a book so that no one will buy it.
Exactly. And there's also a 3-drink minimum at the meeting.
They're I don't know. You got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, son.
Well, I said minimum.
Yeah, our minimums are like 8. My minimum for this show is 8.
Well, 3 bottles.
Yeah, I stand by what I said. What do you mean you can drink What do you mean you drank a liter in one drink? Well, I took the bottle, started drinking out of it, and when I put it back down, it was empty. That was one drink.
You're like a snake, like your jaw unhinges, so like you can get the bottle, like the neck of the bottle, all the way in your mouth, and just like let it pour into your stomach.
But anyway, moving on. In the thread, Zub said having work spread without being paid for initially created via. Hold on, help me unpack this sentence. In the thread, Zub said that rhymes and it pisses me off. Having work spread. Okay, that's 3 rhyming words in one sentence. I'm not okay with this. Without being paid for initially created. Without being paid for initially, comma, created a visibility boost for creators, but has now become the norm for an audience of rapid consumption. I don't want pirate readers to
What's with all these... Hold on. What's with all these goddamn quotation marks around everything?
These are apparently his direct quotes of terms he's using. I also had to explain to someone the apostrophe and the quotation mark were different things the other day because they were calling words in double apostrophes quotation marks. I'm like, you dumb son of a bitch. English was my worst subject. I'm Southern, and I still know the difference between an apostrophe and a quotation mark. You fucking idiot. This is, I'd like to take this time to remind you that the Gospel of Comics is not a child-friendly YouTube show. If you are under the age of 13 without parental consent, or over the age of 13 without parental consent, please step away from the YouTube screen, close down the browser, and unsubscribe from the channel. Otherwise, subscribe.
Fuck off.
Otherwise, please hit subscribe if you're not already, like, and all that other shit. And if you'd like to, check the description down below to sign up for our Patreon. Also, before you leave the channel, sign up for the Patreon and then leave the channel, if you don't mind. Grab your parents' credit card, since they're obviously not watching anything you do.
Right. And then you just
That was
blame
a
it on China.
joke. That was a joke. My minimum is why I choose to stay sober. I understand that light novel, bro. Don't ask my minimum if you don't want to fight. Fright. Anyway, I don't want pirate readers to think it's no big deal or victimless, he tweeted. Content worth reading is content worth supporting. Yes, it is. However, if I read something and it's not worth reading, I'm definitely not supporting it.
Right. Fucking Captain Marvel #1.
Andy Cluth chimes in and says, I used to run a webcomic. It was free to read. People would rehost my newest strip on Reddit and Imager the day it came out. Thousands of million people would read it there. And then tell me the exposure was useful. My comic was already free to read. Now it doesn't update. Aww. I'm sorry. You didn't know how to code the ability to not right click or embed shit. Oh no, I definitely review kids' comics, but not for kids. While some writers, and see, I know some webcomic creators that actually use Patreon to distribute that webcomic, and then they'll, they may make it available a week or two later for a general public.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, why not?
While some writers responded with stories for their work being replicated without credit on social media, the main worry was some having digital comics or scans of physical copies wholesale rehosted on other sites. These sites, that Canadian-based Zub, are hosted on foreign servers which ignore legal attempts to shut them down.
Oh no.
First Amendment's a motherfucker.
Hong Kong #1.
China number 4. Oh, it's not the First Amendment. Foreign servers. Historic comic books, artwork at risk. Watchmen creator Alan Moore. Modern superhero culture is embarrassing. Indian female comic superhero returns to rescue stolen girls. What? They call that kidnapped. Dave Galler, co-author of the comic series The Only Living Girl and co-founder of comic studio Bottle Lightning. Oh, that's not pretentious. Was one of the many in the industry that agree with Zub's analysts. Well,
really? You agreed with his deep analysis?
Yes. Galler said that readers were drawn to pirated material due to ease of access. Have you ever tried to access pirated material? It is not easy to do.
No, it's annoying as fuck.
It is absolutely annoying. You put your... Yes, I'm going to put this $1,500 laptop at risk to download a pirated comic book. That's what I'm just save $5. I'm gonna try not to destroy my $1,800 investment. No, fuck you. It is duplicitous as shit to try and download pirated material. The wrong click.
Or to try and read them on a phone.
Yeah, the wrong click can literally just completely just fuck your day up. Send them back, Priya. Those kids have contracts to fulfill. Thank you, novel bro. Please never change. Galler, who's also co-written a podcast for the love of comics, estimates there are 30 million views of pirated comics per month. 30 million.
Really?
Which is the number, to be fair, that's the number of comic cumulatively that Marvel and DC put out a month. So, that one guy is definitely hitting the marks.
Right. I think he forgot to carry a 1 when he did his estimate there.
I think he carried too many ones. a number which far overshadows actual customers. Now let me just explain something to everyone in the chat right now. I've been reading comic books a long time. I've been reading comic books a very long time. And ever since the popularity of the internet exploded, all the way back to the old IRC message boards, where you could barely upload text and a photograph, there have been scans of comic books available online.
It's going back to the time like when you used to try and like download just a picture of like a naked woman, and you'd get like line by line.
Yeah.
And then you'd like get to the tits, you'd see the top of the areola, and then it would just like freeze for an hour and a half, and like you wouldn't get the actual nipple.
Yeah, you'd pass out at your desk, and then you'd wake back up, and half of a naked woman would be burning into your computer monitor.
Right.
And your mother would be wondering what the hell that was. Yeah, I understand. I was there.
Which I'm so disappointed that everything's LED now, because before, a prank we used to do is you would pull up like some horrendous like gay orgy scene and just leave it on somebody's screen for like 5 hours when they were at work, and then shut it off, and it would just be burned into their screen forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was wonderful.
But Yower said that readers drawn to blah blah blah. In the U.S., he explained, digital sales have gone stale since their 6th year, while print comics have declined for 2. It couldn't be that it's just a shit product.
Right. You know, it's almost like people don't want to pay for your trash. They want to test, stick their toe in the water first, and instead jump in and get that testicular freeze when the lake is too cold.
Well, and here's, I know, I'm sorry we're missing the radio segment, but this just, it's something that pisses me off so much. It just, all right, let's just decompress this entire issue, okay?
Okay.
When I talk about comic sales numbers, do you think that I'm talking about individual issues? Do you think that I'm talking about trade paperbacks? Do you think that I'm talking about collected compendiums? Do you think that I'm talking about omnibus formatted books?
Well, you're talking about whatever retail stores buy from Diamond.
No, sir.
No?
Not always. It's not Diamond that puts these numbers out. And it's not Diamond that makes these measurements. See, they'll use numbers that fit their argument. Just like any business will. Just like any quarterly report. Just like anything else. Let's say I get a wild hair up my ass to read Donnie Coates' Venom. Okay? I want to read his run on Venom because he's been going back and forth with Ethan Van Sciver, and I want to see if he's worth his salt to pay attention to. And I say, okay. And I pirate issue number 1 and 2 of his book. And issue number 1 and 2 are really good. But his first volume of Venom has been over for a year now. So my only option to read his Venom comic is to either track down back issues or order a trade off of Amazon. Not Diamond, Amazon.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
fair.
Is that not a sale for Donnie Cates?
True. Yeah.
But they don't count that number. I'm still just a dirty, filthy pirate. Because trade paperbacks aren't single issue sales, and single issue sales are really the only ones that ever get tracked. What they don't understand is the average comic book reader is over the age of 30 years old. We don't have the space, the time, or the patience to collect single issues like we used to. Because we understand the value of what we're putting our $5 to $10 into, and would much rather spend $15 to $20 to buy a collected edition of 6 issues and get half off the cover price of an overpriced comic book.
Yeah.
for the complete story with bonus material, usually, or we would even go so far as to pay $30 to $40 for a hardcover coffee table edition. But we're
That's
not,
if you're real posh and fancy,
or if you really love the material, and you,
or that.
But where are those numbers? That's the thing. I can't take any kind of discussion about numbers with comic books seriously because there's no centralized hub to gather this information from. People talk about Comicron, people talk about Diamond. Everyone, even, nobody mentions this, but everyone, even our guys, will use the numbers that best fit their argument. Just like I just did, by including trades and hardback sales. So, every argument like this has to be considered disingenuous unless you have a full breakdown and source material of where they're vetting these numbers from. But nobody gives you that because it doesn't matter. Not to them.
No,
they're just trying to make a point.
Yeah, just piracy bad.
Yeah, just like the Orange Man. I say take a trip to the Question Bay, but I always pay for what I enjoy. Yeah, and most people do. We've talked about it on the show before. When you have something like Radiohead who puts out a full album for free or pay what you think it's worth, thousands of people downloaded that album for $0.00 and then went back and paid $20 and just never downloaded it again. I paid $100 for that album just because I loved the concept of it and I had the money. I wanted more people to do that. And then 6 months later, Nine Inch Nails did the same thing, and I repeated the process because I support that kind of, idea.
Yeah.
If your work merits it, people will pay for it. People pay for us to do this fucking show.
Right.
There are people out there that want
if we didn't come up with the name Gospel of Comics, it would have been Two Drunk Assholes.
Between Two Drunk Assholes. It's our take, Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
But, if people enjoy what you do, they will more than happily support you. Otherwise, you have to look in the mirror for why you're not making any money. Anyway. Galler's response is to make Bottled Lightning website direct readers to legal downloading sites, Paste and Tapas, where the studio's work is available free in exchange for fans' email addresses. When we debuted on Paste, we grew our reach from 427 to 10,110 fans within 6 weeks. People think we're crazy giving a lot of our stories away for free, but we also have been able to partner with advertisers who want to get their products in front of that kind of audience. The success we've had putting our work online gave us the momentum to get a literary agent and a series of book deals, says Galler. He also says it's a way of informing fans about book tours and conventions. I don't disagree with that. I think in a digital media, I was going to ask the question, say I go and buy a copy of a Marvel comic book and there's the digital code inside that book for a free copy. That's my free copy, right?
Right.
We still live in a capitalist democracy, right?
Well, for now.
So I can take that free digital copy that I'm given for my purchase of a physical copy. I can take my free digital copy and I should be able to host it on a website and sell it, right?
It gets a little hairy, but
it's mine. I can sell my physical copy of it.
True. Yeah.
It belongs to me. That's the question. Why? How is it piracy? How is it not just somebody who legally owns a copy doing what they want to do with it? Is it piracy if I hand you my copy of Spawn #1 to read and you give it back to me? That piracy? Did that cost somebody a sale? of a book that's 20 years old, out of print. You'll never find another copy for under $30 again.
I mean, these assholes would probably say yes, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many variables and there's just so many different ways to look at it. Now, I don't support the idea of taking someone's work, copying it in a scanner, or taking a digital copy that you buy and putting it up online for free to download. I understand how that, is not a good faith action. However, a lot of the things that were done to form this fucking country weren't good faith. A lot of the things that have been done in the eyes of the greater good haven't been good faith. So that's just totally a bad argument. The idea that piracy is ruining the industry, no. You idiots are working for companies that freely give away your digital copies in every physical book. You're making it impossible to avoid piracy. If you cared even a little bit about piracy, as Marvel and DC, if they cared even a fucking smidgen, then they wouldn't give away free digital copies in every fucking book. So shut your goddamn whore mouth and get back to writing or drawing for your $500 a month or some shit.
Well, and see,
take a lesson from an Ethan Van Sciver who doesn't put a digital copy out and has never complained about a pirated copy of Blood Honey being hosted somewhere.
Yeah, Matt Christie wants to know, what if I handed you a newspaper after I just finished reading it?
Oh, that's piracy, Matt.
That's a very old-fashioned sentence, for one.
Joe Glass is an independent comics writer from South Wales whose titles sold through Comixology, a distribution site of comics and sales figures the publisher is happy with.
I didn't know they could I didn't know the Welsh could actually write.
They can't. It's just a bunch of pictures.
Oh, okay.
However, one pirate site alone, Glass found that the LGBTQ plus superhero series, The Pride and the Pride Adventures. You know what to do, Ayrton.
The what was it?
The Pride and the Pride Adventures.
That's a name. Jesus.
You gotta put that on the list.
Oh,
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
That's what I thought you were referring to.
Well, that too.
God, why is it playing again? Stop. Okay.
This level of piracy hurts him and many other independent writers and artists for whom money is pretty tight. Man, it's almost like you shouldn't have put all your eggs in one basket trying to be a writer.
Get a day job, suck cocks on the side, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I started the streaming thing and somebody put $1 in our Patreon. I didn't just go and fucking quit my job. Oh, I've made it now. I'm going to be a big YouTube star.
Mrs. Church would kill you.
That would be the end of the... She would let my daughters run the show from there on out.
So, am I actually putting this on the list?
Yes.
Okay, well, give it to me one more time. Pride and what?
The Pride and the Pride Adventures. I think that might be two different titles.
Oh,
but
well, I'm typing it in one line.
Yeah, just put it in one line. We'll find it.
Okay.
This level of piracy hurts many other independent writers and artists for whom money is pretty tight. And the reason I wanted you to put that on the list is I wanted to see how hard it would be to get someone to find this book and be able to order a copy of it. And then maybe we would have a better idea as to why people pirate things after they're out of fucking print, you goddamn morons. Sorry. Often I have to consider if I can make it to the events where I sell my work. Yeah. Often I have to consider whether or not I can do a show or whether I need to be doing fucking freelance. It's called having to make the hard fucking choice. It's called being an adult. Fucking suck it up, buttercup.
Right. Which, if we ever got the opportunity, speaking of convention,
oh yes,
it would be fun if we got a booth at a Comic-Con and sat there and live stream and interviewed random ass people that
walked by. Get some Make Comic Great Again hats.
Yeah.
Oh man. I could get like a church. I could get like a face mask that has the church face on it. Oh, it'd be so good.
We'll bring some of those tumblers and install.
Oh yeah, that's a robot. What'd you say?
So we'll bring some of those tumblers you made for us.
No better. No better. You're still that's terrible. But anyway, that's you get the gist. These people are bitching about piracy. It's stupid. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And we'll continue to follow this as it comes up. But if we're gonna get another episode in, we need to go ahead and get started. And Ayrton's starting a robot, so this is as good a time as any.
My connection kind of went to the shed.
Well, you'll have that from time to time.
All right. Muting and popping down.
What? I think he said he's muting. I really don't know, but okay, he's back in the thing, so yeah. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Go ahead and get set up here, and here we go.
The shadow knows.
Well,
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Once again, your neighborhood blue coal dealer brings you the thrilling adventures of the Shadow, the hard and relentless fight of one man against the forces of evil. These dramatizations are designed to demonstrate forcefully to old and young alike that crime does not pay. The lucky householders whose homes are heated with coal are enjoying healthful warmth in every room of their homes. There is enough anthracite for all, so even though the winter winds blow, there is no need to cut down heat or close off rooms in homes heated with dependable hard coal. Yes, sir, when you have a supply of hard coal in your basement, you're the boss of heating your house. You are absolutely independent of any outside service. Be glad you heat with anthracite, the home heating fuel that never fails. And remember, blue coal is the finest anthracite money can buy. The Shadow, who aids the forces of law and order, is in reality Lamont Cranston, wealthy young man about town. Years ago in the Orient, Cranston learned a strange and mysterious secret, the hypnotic power to cloud men's minds so they cannot see him. Cranston's friend and companion, the lovely Margot Lane, is the only person who knows to whom the voice of the invisible shadow belongs. Today's drama, The Bones of the Dragon. Chinatown is beginning its New Year celebration, and today the dragon parades through Mott, Pell, and Doyer streets to the sound of drums and cymbals while admirers offer gifts of money. Lamont Cranston's friend, Johnny Lee, has accompanied the dragon to collect these gifts. And now, this evening, carries a money box that holds a fortune. Lamont and Margot Lane watch his approach from the sidewalk.
Well, there's Johnny Lee now, Margot. Hello, Johnny.
Hello, Lamont. Here I'm with you.
Right. How do you like the dragon, Margot?
He's quite a fellow, but how do they work it?
They have 2 dancers inside. They change about with other dancers. The dragon's been parading all day. Oh, hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Not finished, are you?
Just finished, Lamont. The parade goes on to the corner, then breaks up. Good evening, Miss Lane.
Hello, Johnny. That box looks heavy. You must have a lot of money in it.
I have, quite a few thousand.
Oh, that much?
Oh, sure. We call it a gift for the dragon, but it is our community chest. Excuse me, please. I want to put this money away. Then I'll be right back.
You have far to go. If you do, we can go with you.
Oh, no. That is all right. Just across the street. Back in a minute.
All right, Johnny.
Then what are we going to do, Lamont?
Then we're going to his uncle's for a real Chinese holiday banquet.
His uncle?
This is just down the street a bit. His uncle's name is Chung. Very charming old Chinese gentleman.
Oh? How long have you known Johnny Lee?
Oh, several years now. He helped me on a case once when I was
Lamont.
down... What?
Look across the street. Johnny opened the door to those offices and then jumped back as if he were frightened.
Wait.
Someone's come out.
That's funny.
Who is that?
It's a Boo Hao Doi. Wonder what he's got to do with Lee.
What on earth's a Boo-How Doi?
Hatchet Man, one of the Tong's hired killers.
He looks like a killer.
Right, Margot. Lee does look frightened. Come on, let's cross over. He's got a lot of money there. This may mean trouble.
Now they've gone in. Wait a second. Didn't you hear something?
Hear what?
I'm not sure, but it may have been a scream right after they closed that door. I thought...
Margot, that was a scream. Come on, hurry. Okay, careful now. Here's the door. Close that door quickly.
Lamont, Johnny's been stabbed. No. No, Lamont, it isn't Johnny.
No, it's the Hatchet Man. Boo Hao Doi.
Is he dead?
It's quiet. He's dead, the money box is gone, and Johnny Lee along with it.
Lamont, who did you talk with at headquarters?
Commissioner Weston.
What does he think? That Johnny Lee killed that Hatchet Man and stole the money?
Yes.
What do you think, Lamont?
I don't know what to think, Margot. I've known Johnny Lee a long time. It's hard for me to believe that he's a thief and a killer. Well, I've been mistaken about people before, and I may have been this time.
What are you going to do?
Try to find out the truth. I hope we can clear
No, I
it.
mean, where are you going now?
Oh, we're already there, Margot.
Hmm?
We're going to this herb shop. Notice it's right next door to those offices where the Hatchet Man was killed.
Yes, I did, just this moment.
It's run by a Chinese named Sin Fu. He told the police a pretty fishy story. Go ahead, Margot.
Thanks.
Hello? Yes?
Well, hello, Alfie.
God blimey, what? It's Mr. Cranston.
What are you doing here?
Well, I work here, Mr. Cranston.
Thought you were in jail.
I got out 2 months ago. I'm on parole.
Better behave yourself, then. Margot, I want you to meet Mr. Alfie Nemo. If you ever need a pocket picked or someone stabbed in the back, he's your man.
I'll remember that.
Where's Sin Fu, Alfie?
You want Sinful, Mr. Cranston?
Oh, hello, Sin Fu. Alfie, you'll have to excuse us.
Oh, that's all right. I got some cleaning up to do.
And I've never been in a Chinese herb shop before, Lamont, and I'd like to look around.
Go right ahead. Well, Sin Fu, I just dropped in to find out why you lied to the police.
I lied to police? Not so. Honorable ancestors turn over in grace.
Is that so? Come over here a moment, Sin Fu.
Yes?
Now, look out this window. Notice that window next door? That's the way the murderer escaped.
Most astonishing, Mr. Cranston.
You were here in your shop when that Hatchet Man was killed, Sin Fu. The police asked you if you noticed anything. You told them no.
The wise man's answer.
You must have heard the Hatchet Man screams. It's hard to believe you wouldn't have glanced out this window to see what caused them.
Sinful did.
And why did you tell the police you didn't?
It's better avoid trouble.
That's the way to get in trouble. What did you see when you looked out this window, Sin Fu?
Sinful see Johnny Lee escape and toward rear. There's a very narrow passage.
Yes, I know that passage. I also know he couldn't have escaped down it without either a ladder or an accomplice.
He have accomplice. Me see him. He was...
Yes?
Excuse one moment, Mr. Cranston. Alfred!
What's the matter, Mr. Sinful?
What you do with this door?
Why, I was going to clean up in the back.
You hear Sinful say not to go in there?
You told me never to go in there? Why, no, sir. We just... Oh! Why, you slapped me, you did.
Improved memory. I tell you, never go in there. It's not so.
Yes, sir. I guess you did.
What's the trouble here, Sinful?
Nothing, Mr. Cranston. Only servants take training.
Yes, quite a problem, I hear. But you were saying...
Oh, yes. We speak of Lee's accomplice.
Yes.
Are you not care for this, Mr. Cranston? I may understand you know and like him. He, Johnny Lee's uncle. Chung.
Chung, the accomplice? I don't believe it.
So, Mr. Cranston?
I'm going to his place and find out if you're telling the truth.
You think he tell you?
I don't know. There are ways of checking, Sinful.
Why doesn't Chung answer?
I don't know. Just a second. I'll try the... It's unlocked. Come on.
Well, should we?
We have to, darling. What's that?
There's someone in that room there who's speaking in Chinese. It sounds like a chant.
The crazy fool, that's Chung.
What's he doing?
No time. I'll explain later. Chung! Open up. You hear me? Open this door.
He's not going to stop.
Wait a second. Stand aside, darling. Chung, drop that bottle!
You should not have done that, Mr. Cranston.
That was poison.
Yes, was poison.
You meant to drink it.
Nephew Johnny Lee committed terrible crime, Mr. Cranston. My family lost much face. Better Chung should die.
It'd be a great deal more to the point if you'd stay alive to answer some questions, Chung. I've just come from the herb shop of Sin Fu, and Sin Fu says...
Sin Fu?
Yes.
Excuse, please, Mr. Cranston.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
To a room. There's something I forgot. Be back one moment.
See that you are.
What do you think, Lamont? Is Chung really going to take that poison because he lost face? Or because he feared exposure?
It's hard to tell. Why should he have feared exposure unless he knew what Sin Fu was going to tell us? Wait a second.
What's the matter?
This isn't the door to Chung's room.
What?
Look over there. There's the back door, and it's open.
He didn't go to his room. He escaped.
Of course. He cleared out just as soon as he could when he heard Sin Fu's name.
But why?
Maybe because he knew what Sin Fu told us. And if he knew...
What, Lamont?
We'll try to make sure that Sin Fu doesn't repeat it to the police, Margot. Come on, we're going back to Sin Fu's shop.
Lamont, I wonder why Sinfu wouldn't come to the front door.
I don't know. There was a light on for a moment, I'm almost sure. As long as he wouldn't, we'll have to force this rear door.
Is it that important?
Could be. Besides, it was obvious that Sin Fu didn't scold Alfie because he didn't want him entering the rear of the shop. It's because he didn't want us to see in there. Now, hurry up, step inside.
Oh, it's pitch black in here.
One moment, I'll try and find a switch. Okay, here's one. Now, this is the rear room of Sin Fu's shop, Margot. Wonder why he's...
Oh!
What's the matter?
Lamont.
Good Lord.
Are they bones, Lamont?
Afraid so, Margot.
Human bones?
Looks like it. Boxes over there contain what these do, Margot. We're in the company of a couple of dozen skeletons.
Lamont, let's get out of here.
Not yet, you don't.
Alfie!
Get your hands up, both of you.
You surprised me, Alfie.
Oh, I meant to. Now listen.
Wait a minute, what's that?
No,
What's
please. Please. Go, Bonnie, that's from the front of the shop.
What is it?
Sounded like Sin Fu, but let's find out, shall we?
Oh! Oh, Golly, that was brutal. Everybody, it's me.
Never let your guard down for anything, Alfie. Now pick yourself up and march inside.
But don't you shoot me.
Don't give me an excuse.
The light's on, but no one's here.
Where does that door go?
Into an all elite outside.
Right, open it.
Well, stop wagging that gun.
I said open it.
Well, blimey, I am.
Lamont.
Oh, Lord. It's Sin Fu.
A knife in his throat.
Jones stabbed him and propped him here. Watch out. Catch him. He's falling.
Look out.
Lamont, the lights.
Who turned out those lights?
Just a second. I saw a switch over here near the front door. Where did I find it?
Careful, Margot.
There.
Margot,
Good grief, Lamont. What happened? Where's Alfie?
it's the wrong question, Margot. Where's the corpse?
We'll return to the shadow in just a moment. Friends, during the recent severe weather, homes, apartment houses, schools, and other public buildings heated with hard coal have enjoyed full, healthful,
Did you pause that, Ayrton? I forgot that you actually could do that.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was being. Yeah, it was being weird on my end, so I just pressed play, and the commercial hit, so I didn't know if it was going to pause from your end. When you were having tech. Yeah.
Let's see. So this is obviously a future episode of The Shadow, one that we have, one that of an actor that we have not heard before. I don't think I've ever seen Lamont Cranston go after somebody with the gun.
Yeah, normally it's dynamite. We haven't gotten any dynamite this episode.
Not this episode. Last episode, he used dynamite to kill the bats.
Yeah, but fingers crossed, folks.
So let's go ahead and get back to it.
interrupted warmth. Regardless of snowstorms halting highway traffic or causing power failures, homes and other buildings heated with hard coal have been sure of continued heat. That's because in most instances, enough coal can be stored to carry you through the entire heating season. Yes, whenever you have a supply of hard coal in your basement, you have the assurance of a warm and snug home at all times. Now, here's something else. Coal can be just about as convenient to burn as any other fuel. With a Blue Coal Temp Master on your furnace, all trips to the basement to adjust furnace dampers are eliminated. The Temp Master automatically adjusts them for you, keeping your home constantly at the healthful temperature you set on the upstairs dial. You'll be glad you heat with dependable hard coal when you discover how little attention your furnace requires with a Temp Master automatic heat regulator. The Blue Coal Temp Master can be installed on any furnace without interrupting the heat in your home, and a Temp Master will save you a lot of coal. Call the nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow and ask him to demonstrate the Temp Master in your home. Now, back to the shadow. Lamont Cranston has been investigating a theft and murder in Chinatown. His investigation twice led him to Sin Fu's herb shop, where, on his second visit, he encountered first the little ex-convict, Alfie Nemo, then Sin Fu's body. Immediately afterwards, however, both corpse and Alfie disappeared. And now, a few minutes later, in the alley back of the shop.
Well, Alfie and Sin Fu's body have completely vanished, Margot. Let's go back in the shop.
Lamont, how did they get out?
Simply went down the hall and out the other door.
I don't see how Alfie managed. With the body.
He didn't. He isn't strong enough to carry the body. I'd like to know who did manage it. I'd like to know the explanation for all these bones back here.
Could all these persons have been murdered?
It's hard to tell what to think. Here's something odd, Martha.
What's that?
Skull on the workbench here. You notice these steel boxes? Each seems to hold a complete skeleton. This skull seems almost to be an extra skull.
What could that mean?
I wonder. Margot, we've got to get this to police headquarters and see if they can identify it.
But how?
Check the dental work with Johnny Lee's dentist.
Lamont, you think this might be Johnny Lee's skull?
I'm afraid so, Margot.
What are you going to do in the meantime?
I'm going back and call on the Honorable Uncle Chung again, Margot. This time as the Shadow.
Well, it's about time you returned, Chung. I've been waiting for you.
Who said that? Where are you?
You cannot see me, Chung. I am the Shadow.
But what?
I'll ask the questions, not you, Chung. A strong box has been stolen and a hatchet man killed. They said your nephew, Johnny Lee, committed the crime and that you helped him.
That's not true, Shadow.
Where were you at the time it happened?
Right here.
Can you prove that?
No, but
Why did you run away from Lamont Cranston? Where did you go? What did you do?
cannot tell anyone.
You can tell the Shadow, Chung.
Chung, not lawbreaker, but there was strong brother in trouble. I promised help him leave country secretly.
Who was that Tong brother?
Cannot tell you.
Talk, Chung. If you don't, you'll find yourself facing a murder charge.
What?
Where did you take this man? Where is he now?
He at the waterfront inn shed near Pier 32.
Waiting to be picked up and taken to a ship?
Yes.
What's his name?
You asked Chung betray him?
I'm ordering you to give me the evidence that may save your life. Talk, Chung, talk.
His name, Sin Fu.
What?
Chung say Sin Fu.
You take the Shadow for a fool, Chung? Sin Fu is the very man you murdered.
Not true.
Sin Fu was found with a knife in his throat. A knife you put there, Chung.
Chung not kill Sin Fu. Did not.
You had your chance at an alibi, Chung, but you've refused it.
Shadow.
Sin Fu is dead. And dead men give no alibis.
Wait, Shadow, come back. No, understand, Elfie.
Hello, Mr. Chung.
What you want, Doc?
Your company, Chung. There was some money stolen tonight, and you're going to show me where it is.
Well, you were right, Lamont. The police had that skull examined by Johnny Lee's dentist. It was his.
I was afraid of that. Well, Margot, it looks now as if Johnny Lee was innocent. Sin Fu must have killed both Johnny Lee and the hatchet man. Then took Lee's body away with him to make it look as if Johnny had absconded with the money.
And then Sin Fu himself was killed by Chung.
The funny part of all this, Margot. When the Shadow talked to Chung, he claimed that Sin Fu was alive and at the waterfront.
He couldn't be. We saw Sin Fu dead with a knife in his throat.
I know we did. Yet somehow Chung sounded sincere.
Well, if you're beginning to doubt what we saw for ourselves, Lamont, take a look at your sleeve.
And something on it?
Yes, a red spot. Blood. You must have got it when Sin Fu's body toppled over and you tried to catch it.
Blood. Red spot. Margot, I've got it.
What?
Chung wasn't lying. Sin Fu isn't dead.
Darling, you're crazy.
Am I, Margot? Well, if Sin Fu is alive, I know where he is. Better hold on, darling, because we're going there now and going there fast. Come on, Margot.
You're sure this is the place?
Has to be. It's the only shed anywhere near Pier 32. Have you got the flashlight?
Yes, right here.
Okay. Here we are. Get behind me, Mark.
Right.
All right, the game's up, Sin Fu. Margie,
Sin Fu doesn't look very much alive to me, Lamont.
bring that flashlight a little closer.
See something?
Take a look, Margot. It was right after all.
But he is dead.
But look how he died. From a bullet through the heart.
But he was stabbed through the throat.
No. Sin Fu faked that. I knew he had when you pointed out this spot on my sleeve and mentioned that it was still red. Blood would have turned black.
What? Oh, of course it would have. But then, why did he fake it?
Because he was skipping the country with the money. If we'd reported Sin Fu dead, no one would have suspected what really became of him.
I see. But who killed him?
The man who took his keys.
What?
Look there. See that belt loop?
Mm-hmm.
It's torn. It was where Sin Fu carried his keys. The murderer ripped them away.
What does that tell us?
It tells us that Sin Fu must have the money locked up somewhere. Margot, if we mean to catch Sin Fu's killer, we'd better find that money box before he does. Come on, let's start looking.
You're sure you're taking me to the right place, Chunk?
Yes. This Pier 32, where Sin Fu left Trunk before getting boat.
All right, then get out. But watch yourself.
Let me see. Oh, yes. Here it is. Sin Fu's trunk hidden back of Pilot.
Now, open it up. But remember, one funny move and I'll put a bullet where it'll do you the most harm. And me the most good.
Margot?
You found anything, Lamont?
No, but look over there.
What is it?
Cars just pulled in beside the pier. Come on, we're going to investigate.
Blimey, the money's got to be in that trunk, Chunk.
Yes. Yes, it's here.
You see it?
Yes. Still in box. Has not even been opened.
Sin Fu never even had time. Just set it down, Chunk. Then walk up a couple of steps.
What you going to do?
What do you suppose?
You going to kill Chunk?
You think I'm going to leave you alive to tell about this? Back up. To the edge of the pier. Go on. Walk.
Before you shoot, how you know money be here?
What do you care? Where you're going, it won't matter whether you know or not.
What?
Keep going. Right to the edge. Then stop. Further. Further. That's it. Now.
Listen, my friend,
now,
please.
I'll just put a couple of holes in you so you'll sink faster.
No, please.
Get ready for your last swim, Chunk. Who's holding my arm? Hey, let go.
It is Shadow again.
I'll kill him. Where is he? Where is he?
You cannot kill what you can't see, Elfie. Now I'll take that gun.
Let me go. Let me go.
Now then, pick it up, Chung.
I have it, Shadow.
You ain't got nothing on me.
You killed Sin Fu, Elfie. That gun is going to prove it.
You're crazy. I don't even know where Sin Fu is.
You're lying, Elfie. You know where Sin Fu is because you and he both escaped from his herb shop at the same time. Immediately after he faked his death and the lights went out.
Why, what's that prove against me?
You saw Sin Fu get into Chung's car. You followed. Saw Chung drive Sin Fu to that shed over there. When Chung left, you killed Sin Fu and took his keys. You came back to find the money with Chung's help.
Try and prove it.
The law will prove by that gun that you killed Sin Fu.
Gun?
And I think that Chung will testify you had the keys to this trunk when you came back.
Blast you, let me go, Shadow. Take your hands off me.
I shall, Elfie. I shall take my hands off you very soon and deliver you into those of the law.
Lamont, there's something you still haven't told me. what all those bones were doing in the rear of Sin Fu's shop.
They were there for a perfectly legitimate reason, Margot. Just the same, they gave Sin Fu the idea for his crime.
What do you mean?
Well, in addition to being a shop owner, Sin Fu was also a bone polisher.
A bone polisher? What on earth's that?
Well, often Chinese who are buried in this country are exhumed and sent back to China for reburial. In that case, their bones are polished and put in little steel caskets like those we saw in the rear of Sin Fu's shop.
Well, then when Sin Fu killed Johnny Lee, he thought he'd never be questioned about the bones because he was a bone polisher by trade.
Exactly.
There's one more thing, Lamont. If Chung wasn't in on any of this, why was he helping Sin Fu to leave the country?
Because he never realized that Sin Fu had anything to do with the robbery or the murders. Remember, Sin Fu made all the arrangements before he committed his crime. Chung saw no connection.
Sin Fu was clever.
Clever? Well, maybe, Margot. Just the same, to recoin an old saying, wages of Sin Fu were dead.
Man, I can't wait till we get to the rest of this era.
And that, what a pun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that was on your level. Yeah, that was on your level. Like, I didn't even chuckle. That wasn't even good.
Oh, I did. I chuckled.
Of course you did. Am I? Okay, I'm coming through. The Discord app just not lighting up for some reason. Who the fuck fucking knows? I don't even know anymore.
Oh, man. Hong Kong, #1.
China, #4. Where would America be on that list? I mean, would they be above #4, or would they be below #4? Because
I would assume so.
You think
I mean,
so?
I can check in with our man on the street in Hong Kong and find out. Let's see.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Well, thank you for that. It doesn't really answer our question, but
oh no, I think it does. All right. Well, before I close out, everybody go check out Nick Rekieta. This weekend, we've got some shows planned. I don't know if they'll be good, but we've got some shows planned, and I'm actually working on an extended format show where we break down the Meyer versus Wade lawsuit. I'm gathering timestamps and clips.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I have permission from the one and the only Mr. Nicholas Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota, to use some of his content in order to break down the Meyer versus Wade, which actually happens to tie into the origin of what we call Comicsgate. Yeah. So that'll be a pretty interesting show.
It'll be a long one.
I don't think I should read that out loud. Answer all your questions. It'll answer all your questions. Okay, I got it. I got it. Good job, novel bro. I like that. That's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. I like how you wrote it phonetically. That's fantastic. You know the English is my second language, so Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense, all that YouTube bullshit. Everybody have a.
We're so good at being YouTubers.
We are. I mean, aren't we? I haven't even showed my face on stream yet. It's fantastic. Like, literally, people would recognize you before they would me. It's great. Most people would think
kind of weird.
Most people would think that I'm just Keemstar that got a little too happy with the goddamn ice cream. But yeah, we've got the Meyer v. Wade breakdown kind of coming. That's going to be a longer show. I figure I should give you a heads up on that too, because we have a lot of clips to go through, even at 1.5 speed. I'm thinking that's going to be like a 3-hour show. At least.
All right.
At least. It might be a 2-parter. So I'll see when I have all that, because there's a 15 video playlist to go through.
Who?
Yeah, like of all the Meyer v. Wade bullshit, and to pick out the important parts and the funny parts. But a lot of it's like, redundant. There's going to be some rereading of documents, some re-going over, and all that good shit.
Right.
So, but anyway, we will reconvene with the Gospel of Comics this coming Saturday. Everyone, have a great rest of the week, and thanks for stopping by.
And we didn't get our one dislike for the show, so...
It hasn't happened in a couple of shows. I'm beginning to think Comic Book Hut doesn't love us anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
You hurt my feeling.
Yeah. Your one feeling. The singular one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. Have a good evening, everybody.
Good night, everyone.